do that by using that physicality, going to get about them and putting them under pressure.
And enjoy it. You know, when you enjoy it, you play better. And I think these Grimsby players, I'm sure Poorhouse would have referenced it in the change room. Enjoy it. Enjoy the FA Cup. They've done brilliantly so far. They have to enjoy it, play their football, relax. You know, the first 20 minutes, play that pressure game that they've played. Harry Clifton's obviously important as well. We've got to enjoy it tonight.
We see it so many times in these types of games. There's nothing to lose for them. You know, yes, they want to come and win. They can just come, express themselves, and it's a great position to be in as a footballer.
Okay, for a place in the quarter-final. Here they come, Grimsby Town are here at St Mary's today. They are facing Southampton. It's the 5th round of the FA Cup. Kick-off is coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Here we go, the teams are out, St Mary's is ready. Ruben Sellers, the new manager for Southampton, is going to be hoping to put on a great display, and so is Grimsby, and also their fan base. Look at that, with inflatable fishes and beach balls bouncing all over the place. They're ready for this 5th round tie, so let's get into it. Grimsby aiming to be the first team ever to beat 5 teams above them, and Southampton looking for a 3rd consecutive quarter-final spot. It's the Premier League side, Southampton, against League 2 Grimsby, and it's time to get into it. Your commentary team for this game, Mr. Ali McCoist, and he is alongside Seb Hutchinson.
Yes, thank you, Laura. Let's get straight to the teams. And from defeats at Leeds United, Ruben Sellers makes 9 changes. The most eye-catching is Alex McCarthy in goal, making just his 3rd appearance of the season and 1st in the FA Cup in 5 years. Grimsby missing several players due to injury and being cup-tied, but still 10 of the side that drew with League 2 leaders Leyton Orient at the weekend. The only change sees Dalila Orsi, who scored in the last round at Luton, leading the line. But before the action, a moment's applause for one of the greats of the commentary craft, John Motson, who passed away last week at the age of 77. Yes, tonight, 2 football teams from 2 towns by the sea. But that's where the similarities end for 2 clubs at opposite ends of the professional game. Southampton may be at the foot of the Premier League table, but that is still a world away from success being measured by simply staying in the Football League. But nevertheless, a potential banana skin for Ruben Sellers' side. And for Paul Hurst, well, we say the word free hits, but they certainly feel this is one tonight. A side who seems safe in League 2, that's for sure. What can they produce tonight? Tom Bramall, the referee, about to get us underway. And away we go, top tier, the tier 4 for a place in the last 8. And it feels a rare event to see, aside from League 2 at this stage of the competition, but Grimsby Town have been underdogs in every FA Cup game this season. And would you believe it, Ali, I know a few Grimsby Town fans, and they're excited that you're commentating on this one, would you believe?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm guessing they're here. Because the reason I'm saying that is obviously, I don't think I've ever seen a race support like that. I mean, the round trip, I had a look, the round trip's 480 miles. And that is a quite remarkable support from Grimsby before the game gets underway, Seb, it really is. So I hope and I'm sure the team will do them proud.
Well, let's see. The Southampton look to attack straight away with Orsic and Perro. And Armstrong. And Armstrong whipping a dangerous ball in, it's left behind. You're intrigued by Southampton's shape tonight with all the changes. Too many changes, maybe? We will see.
Time will tell. You and I, let's be honest, you and I were talking about this game before we come on here. This is a game that obviously Ruben Sellers has got to say the correct things, and he did say the right things, but he doesn't need this game. Oh, he's got far bigger fish to fry. He just wants to win this tie.
No pun intended there, by the way.
He wants to get a victory here and look forward to his next league game.
Alcaraz, that's a clever ball forward, just ran out of space. But Alcaraz, one of those who's come in this season, the Argentinian, who's having some pretty decent performances when they played at home at the very least.
Well, they did spend a few quid, didn't they, in January? 60 million or something, wasn't it? Sulemana, Onachu, Alcaraz, Orsic, so... But they are under pressure, there's no getting away from it. League form hasn't been good. It's all the 11s, isn't it? 11 points worse off, scored 11 less goals. And conceded 11 more.
And an early corner for the Saints. Perrault plays it short, Grimsby. Switching off there, almost caught out by Armstrong as well. Gineppo. Tricky feet, taking on Clifton, hanging it to the back post. Orsic's header. First chance, Max Crocombe to get his hands on the ball. Haven't seen the ball yet, Grimsby, in this opening 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was a comfortable save for the goalkeeper, giving a good early first touch, isn't it? Ball comes to Orsic, just can't get any power in the header. Defender comes out to mark him quickly. I think it was Waterfall, and can't get any power in the header. Yeah, it's not what you want to do when you haven't had a touch of the ball, is give it straight back, I've got to say.
Yeah, they still haven't, the outfield players haven't got involved yet. Thanks, goalkeeper, thanks, Max. Here's Perrault. And Alcaraz, no James Ward-Prowse in the Southampton lineup tonight, but he is on the bench. And Lavia, oh, it's found a way through, and the defender did play the ball. Mara, big save from Crocombe. Mara just keeping it in play. No. Well, the touch was key there, you feel, but a big early chance for Southampton.
I think he's offside anyway. I mean, the first thing you've got to say, look, Waterfall takes his eye off the ball, and it's a poor touch. The linesman's flag eventually goes up, Seb. But it's an interesting one. It was a chance. He's got to do better with a chance and stick it in the back of the net. Good save, stands up Crocombe, hits him on the right-hand side. But clearly a lack of concentration there in the Grimsby defence. Got away with one.
Another thing to throw into the mix is how young this Southampton side is. Regularly fielding the youngest sides in the Premier League this season. And tonight is no different. Amara, one of those youngsters in the side. Here's Alcaraz. He's had more touches of the ball so far than Grimsby put together.
I think he has.
And then the ball goes out of play, of course. And Carl Walker-Peters missing, well, unavailable to start at the weekend. And Ruben Sellers settling into a role with some permanency now.
Certainly had a great start, didn't they? The victory at Chelsea, it was ideal. I mean, bizarre team at this moment in time, Southampton really are, Seb. Victory at Chelsea, looked excellent in the League Cup against Manchester City. Some of the other performances clearly haven't matched that. And that's the reason they are where they are.
And as for the other manager tonight, Paul Hurst, would you like a piece of trivia?
You know I love a bit of trivia.
Well, myself and Paul Hurst both did the same master's course in the same year.
No way.
Absolutely. Yeah. Shook his hand before the match. He didn't remember me.
And are you allowed to disclose who got a better grade?
I'm not getting into grades,
okay,
so worry about
enough.
that. Two very intelligent people there.
For sure.
Here's Armstrong. Perrault. Armstrong. Won by McAtee, and a free kick won by McAtee, whose brother tonight, James McAtee, is starting for Sheffield United. Not to get anybody to watch another game, but very talented.
Yeah, but it's tight. I was looking at that when the ball gets played into Armstrong here. Perrault plays on the ball, and he should be taking a touch and opening up, because Walker-Peters on the other side is really available for a switch of play. Created a good bit of space down the right-hand side there. He's got to lift his head, Armstrong, and look.
We'll always ask these sort of questions. If you're Grimsby in this sort of position, how do you approach matches like this, knowing the quality that you're facing?
Well, the first thing you've got to do, Sam, you've got to defend well. You've got to be really tight. I mean, I've got to say, I did the game last night, and I actually thought Bristol City did very, very well against obviously one of the better teams in Europe. And what they did was they kept it really compact, and they were tight as a unit. And of course, it leaves them open to a switch of play, but that's the lesser of the evils, I think. And once the switch of play comes, they reacted to it very, very well and get men across. And that's the secret for particularly Grimsby. When you're playing against a better team, better opposition, you've got to deny them as much space as possible.
Paulhurst playing three at the back a lot of this season out of necessity. There's Lavia, quality player on the ball. Alcaraz trying to slide it through to Armstrong. Almost picked up by Gineppo. That front line already changing positions for Southampton. Walker-Peters. Such a big player in this side, but he's not available. There's a big miss. Gineppo almost sliding it through to Armstrong.
Yeah, lovely skill from Gineppo there. He took it to half-turn really well. Little diagonal run there, but Armstrong in behind. I think it was waterfall again.
Yeah, Moussa Gineppo, who's played in several positions this season. Left back, right midfield, left midfield. Tonight, right in that front line, it seems. Perro to Orsic. Lianco. Perro. Alcaraz. To help it out, asking a lot of Walker-Peters and also Glennon going across and making a firm challenge.
Yeah, just showed too much of the ball to Glennon there, didn't he? It was a right pass, but just put too much on it.
Ball to play. But be interesting down that side, as it will be for all these Grimsby players. Facing, even though there are a lot of talented youngsters in this Southampton side, there are players like Orsic, who not that long ago was playing in a World Cup semi-final.
Absolutely, yeah. It's the beauty of these cup ties, isn't it?
Here's Mara. Walker-Peters. Walker-Peters going on, and Mara across to make the challenge. It will be a corner.
Did well, Mar, just stuck to his guns there. Walker-Peters was looking for just a half yard to get the cross in. Good block, corner.
A strong start from the hosts. And Orsic with this corner. They've left a man up though, Grimsby. From Orsic. Chileta Sar's header. They're able to clear it away. Maybe they can get going here. We'll see. They couldn't get out. And that's been their problem so far. Perro, he couldn't keep it in.
He just took a heavy touch, didn't he?
Start. But Orsi, the man leading the line for Grimsby today, scored in the victory against Luton, but only playing tonight really because George Lloyd, striker on loan from Cheltenham, is cup-tied.
It's a really important role that he's got there as well. Orsi. He's got to try and give his defenders a midfield a little bit of a break. If it comes up to him, it's got to stick, but really, as it's so important, he's got to get throw-ins, he's got to keep possession of the football. Or it could be an extremely long night. I think it might be a long night anyway, but it could be an extremely long night.
But one that will end tonight. No replays from this round onwards. It's a road trip to Mondale Park. Lavia. Alcaraz. Walker-Peters. To get that ball to Gineppo, and maybe They can break here, Grimsby, with Clifton. Quite. Has to be the way they're going to have to play.
Yeah, McAtee. Glennon was a pass. I think he was trying to couldn't get out his feet.
Gineppo, that's quick play. Armstrong. And Crocombe, in fact, he'd want to hold on for that as long as he can. The New Zealand international.
Yeah, Armstrong knows he's not going to score from there. He actually tried to do the right thing, and that was just keep the ball moving, flick it into a dangerous area, which was the correct thing to do. They got too much on it.
Well, I said he'd hold on to the ball. Ball towards Orsi. Janetta watching that one. A new centre-back partnership here for Southampton tonight. The Brazilian and the Croatian, Janetta He had an eventful career at Southampton in the short time as he signed in September. Janetta again, sent off in the first leg of the League Cup. It's Newcastle United. But Grimsby up the pitch. Emmanuel to take this throw-in for them. I know it's just a throw-in, but they won't mind that too much.
No, do you know, I know it sounds crazy, but it gets them a little bit of a break, gets them a bit of space, just a feel of the ball, break themselves into the game. Just keep possession for a period if you can.
It takes strong run, goes down. Nothing for Grimsby. It's right on the edge of the area as well, and a good moment to remind you that we do have VAR tonight.
Yeah, well, look, they went between the two defenders, didn't they?
Clifton hangs that in there. Emmanuel will attack it. He got to that. And now Gineppo trying to bring it away. And Holohan with a foot in, and then another foot in. McAtee battling to try and hold on to that ball, Grimsby, but Southampton emerge with it, and Lavia. It's better from the visitors.
Oh, yeah. A little bit tasty there, wasn't it?
Orsi, can he slip it through? And so close there. McAtee trying to run onto it.
Lovely football. It's just the way that it passed from Orsi's actually excellent. He just wants to give him at the right side of McAtee, and he's very unlucky not to take it in his stride. And he'd have been through and a strike on McCarthy. That was bright play from Grimsby there.
And the fans recognise that, who are at the opposite end. And that Southampton are attacking now. Armstrong. Now Lavia. Bianco. Walker-Peters. There's no invitation to get forward, but that's the case for Afete here.
Yeah, Afete is onto him very, very quickly. I think they're going to have to double up on him. Yeah, there's nothing in it at all. Setachar gives him. Puts his arm on him. You think it's a penalty now?
No.
No, that's good. I thought the way you looked at me there.
I think it was just the way Afete went down.
Yeah.
I think he deserved it all. Afete can take this on now. Emmanuel running ahead of him.
And Emmanuel was the ball. You're spot on. Save, that was a pass, and he's got to give him it earlier.
They went for the switch. Alex Hunt to Glennon. But Alex Hunt, youngster in midfield, Irishman side from Sheffield Wednesday, has put in some impressive performances this season when he has played. Tidy on the ball. It'll be interesting because he's up against, I say he's young, but he's up against a player who's 4 years younger than him in Raya Lavia. Should be described as young, and then somebody's 4 years younger than you on the pitch, but that's how it is. Here's Afete. Emmanuel. Shaken off that awkward start, Grimsby.
The one thing I would say, Seb, looking at the game, you know, from Grimsby's point of view, if they can get some play down that left-hand side, I wouldn't mind seeing Emmanuel coming in at the back post. I think he's got a bit about him, he's got a physical presence. I think he looks as though he could be reasonable in the air. However, it may be easier said than done.
pressure up the pitch as well here from Grimsby, making it difficult for Southampton to play out. It's with the header. Manuel. Fete. Manuel. Side that's played together a lot this season. The same can't be said for the Southampton side. Watched all the way by Waterfall. Ball out of play. It's all Paul Hurst talking to the fourth official, Gavin Ward, a moment ago. I guess asking him, what is VAR?
Of course.
Different
No,
League Two side.
Absolutely. And I don't agree with it. Not, I mean, I was at a game last night, there was no VAR. So I don't know where you sit on it, Seb, but I think you've got to do the same thing for the whole tournament, or even at the semi-final stages or whatever. But anyway, small gripe I've got.
Yeah, the way of it in the competition, if it's a Premier League ground, and the video assistant referee is involved.
Away with one there, Alcaraz, I tell you.
Xavier. Walker-Peters finds Gineppo, broke the line beautifully. Orsic wants it pulled back. It's Maro who gets it. It's Maro who scores. But the flag's up. Yeah. Will we have a little look at VAR here?
Well, it's amazing, isn't it? When the ball get played through, I thought straight away it was offside, but clearly they're under. It's a lot tighter. It's tighter than I thought. I think the Fetty's close to him, but it's probably just offside. Finish is good. No problem with the finish. But he just went a little early.
Ali, I'll be honest with you, I don't ever try to guess offside anymore.
I know I'm a gambler, I do. but when the pass went through, my initial reaction was straight away that he was offside.
And that is confirmed, by the way,
yeah,
just in case you were...
Yeah, there was no surprise when I saw the flag eventually go up.
It's a nice move, though, from the Saints.
Yep.
And Maro, who has looked lively at times since joining the club, Bordeaux. And that has been, you feel, Southampton's platform, really, to bring in young players.
Yeah.
But it can be awkward when you're near the bottom of the table. For Ruben Sellers as well to work with younger players. Twice caretaker manager this season.
You're going to have to get the balance, Seb. You're going to have to get the balance of playing with a little bit of quality, obviously give youth a chance, but at the same time, when you're down there, the one thing you must do, and that's get the sleeves rolled up. You're battling for every point that's available.
Armstrong. Terro. Lavia again. Lavia once more. One of the most talented teenagers in the Premier League. Former Manchester City contingent. Given away by Armstrong. Fete. Carrying that a long way. McAtee. Got it all wrong in the end there.
He did, but again, I thought it was the right thing to attempt. He's clearly got it all wrong, but he's attempted to put his foot round it and whip it in behind the two centre-backs of Southampton, which was the right thing to do, but wrong execution.
I think he knew that as well by his
saw his face there.
Yeah.
I'm not a lip reader, but I don't think he was too impressed with himself there.
No, not at all. Man on loan from Luton, who, of course, Grimsby Town overcame in a replay in the last round. I think for all the world, not that long ago, there were thoughts that tonight might be the Nathan Jones derby. Him in charge of Southampton against his old club Luton. But Grimsby changed all that, and Southampton changed their manager. Things can change quickly in football, as we know. Southampton had beaten Chelsea a couple of weeks ago, then lost a huge game against Leeds United at the weekend.
Yeah, it was a massive game, wasn't it?
Gineppo laying it off. Here's Walker-Peters. That's a free kick to Grimsby. more experienced heads in their side.
Yeah, Ginespo just catches him, doesn't he? With an awful lot in it, and then he decides to have a rugby tackle on Walker Peters there just for good measure, but I thought he earned the free kick initially.
50th appearance tonight for Grimsby, the man in midfield. So far, 20 minutes in, Southampton a strong start. They've already had the ball in the net, but Grimsby will be happy. The ball had just gone out of play. Clifton, a key cog in this Grimsby side. Mr. Grimsby, they call him. Did you ever get Mr. Rangers? Or
No, I didn't. It's a bit of a title, that, Mr. Grimsby, that.
Notice I didn't say Mr. Scotland. I think that's huge. But so far, goalless, and the longer the visitors can keep it this way, the trickier it gets for Southampton. We saw Manchester City last night score early.
Yeah.
And you feel when that happens, it really...
You're right, Seb. It's
make it difficult.
when you're sitting there, obviously, before the game, Paul Hurst was saying to the lads, look, if we can keep it tight, get a little bit of possession, play ourselves into the game, get by the first 20 minutes and keep a clean sheet. So far, that's been the case, and he'll be fairly pleased.
Monahan caught on the ball, though. Alcaraz, Mara to his right. Here's Orsic. Lost a cut inside, and that's exactly what he does. But broken. Seemed comfortable. Yeah,
Holohan gets caught in possession, doesn't he? He's never got in. Effetti does well actually standing his ground. Holohan, you see, dispossessed possession. Ball gets played wide. Effetti does well, stands his ground, and we're right behind it. It looks nearer than it is, but a reasonable effort. Opens his body up. The goalkeeper's got it covered. Gets that reaction from that side of the stadium.
Orsic, mentioned all the young players in the side. He's actually one of the oldest at 30 years old. It's the experience that initially Nathan Jones wanted in this squad. There's Glennon, the Burnley youngster, who's been a real attacking force for them actually down that side this season. Fair few assists and chipped in with the odd goal, but unfortunately failed from the spot at the weekend.
You're spot on your assessment. They're just slowly but surely playing their way into the game, Grimsby. Again, defensively, first 10-15 minutes they wanted to be solid, and they have been, but last 5-10 minutes or so, there's one or two breaks down the left and right hand side, which will please them.
Here's Mara. Lavia is one of those sort of midfielders that almost wants you to come onto them.
Yeah. He wants to feel you, doesn't he? He can turn the opposite way.
The noise you can hear. The travelling support. Huge contingent as well. I think we covered Derby and West Ham in the last round of this competition, Ali. West Ham brought the same number that Grimsby have brought tonight. Sizable support that goes way down the pyramid.
It's brilliant, it really is. It really is great to see.
Nice touch from Armstrong. Alcaraz, Orsic. Flowing football this from Southampton. Can they finish it off? Oh, got the header all wrong. Alcaraz.
Oh, I don't know why he goes with his head. It's a left foot all day for me, Seb. It's a very good break from Saints down the left-hand side here. And it's a reasonable cross in.
Kept alive, though. Might carve out another opportunity. Walker Peters. Alcaraz again. Seen a lot of the ball so far, the Argentinian. Chileta Sarr, out to Orsic. Wanted to use Perro. Lianco. Lavia. He can't get to him there. Walker Peters. Waterfall. Calmly done in defence. Orsi. Challenge from Lianco. Right through the back of Orsi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying he's got to do, and he's got to do it well. When it gets played up from his defender, Orsi has to put his body in front, take a touch. Here's the move, he's onside on the left-hand side, there's no doubt about it. I thought he was going to cross it first time, he doesn't. Orsi plays the ball across. Nah, it's a left foot all day for me. I don't know why he goes with the head. I mean, you shouldn't laugh, but it's a left foot shot all day there.
We can laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
We know he's a very good footballer. Yeah. I'm sure he will when he has another look at that. Assuming Southampton get through, of course. Lianco's header. And Hunt. Mark. To Lennon down the line. Clifton. Just keep it in the corner for now. Try and keep Southampton back. Of course, in their promotion campaign, throw-ins were a big part of their success in reaching the Football League again. Jordan Cropper, the man with a long throw, was unavailable for this one, unfortunately. So those duties go to Omar. See what distance he can get on the throw-in. Fete goes up. It's awkward for Southampton there. They do manage to get it away, though.
Isn't it amazing though, for all the great football, I love watching great football, we don't mind seeing a long throw either, do we? I mean, it's bizarre, because they can cause absolute havoc.
It's just part of the great leveller, isn't it? That's why we love the sport, yeah?
Yeah.
I think if Fete's going to go for a long throw from here, necessarily. Maybe he will. Orsi. Perrault forward. Taken down nicely by Holland.
Oh, that was lovely. It really was. Took it in his chest superbly. Nice skill there indeed.
Clifton. Lianco with him, and you can see Lennon. Told you he likes to get forward. He's on the overlap there. This is what it's all about for Grimsby. While it's goalless. This for as long as possible. Maybe just nicking one. Here's Holohan. Emmanuel. Fete. The longest spell of possession that Grimsby have had in this first half an hour in. Was to be expected. It's a Southampton side with some good technicians in midfield as well. Here's a Fete.
That's tidy.
Holohan. Look out, but Chileta Sarr sliding in to win it back.
Makadish, they've got in front there. It's a lovely little ball from Holohan.
Said they've lost it. Mara. Crocombe saw it all the way.
Again, it comes from Grimsby giving the ball away. As I said, Holohan just knocked one round the corner there, looking for McAtee, who probably should have been there. Lose possession, and all of a sudden they're running on you. Just doesn't get enough on it, does it? Reasonable strike from Mara, but nothing. It's going to trouble the goalkeeper.
Crocombe getting some distance on those kicks.
Not half.
It's another one of those little things that we like.
Yeah.
Should do. Maybe. But, I mean, honestly, from a point of view, can these sort of things be surprises to a side of the level of Southampton?
Yeah, you've got to have something different when you're, when you're playing against a team with the difference in ability in golf. You've got to do something better than them or something different. And as I say, it might not be the prettiest thing in the world, whether it's a long throw or a long ball, or just a diagonal.
Oh, Lianco. He was very close to slipping there, the Brazilian Chileta Sarr. Armstrong can't hold that ball up. Lavian. spot in the gap and found the pass. Armstrong is quick. And Crocombe, slightly unsure at first glance, but backed himself in the end.
Yeah, he was very sharp coming out. Again, it'd be interesting to see the offside line there, but goalkeeper Crocombe, very sharp.
Ooh, that's a heavy touch, and then a heavy follow through from Hunt. Yellow card. He was a bit worried there, though, when he looked at the referee.
Yeah, he takes a big touch, doesn't he? Loses possession. Yeah, he lifts the undercarriage up. Lavia. That's the touch. It's a good decision. No more than that for me, Seb.
I suppose an interesting point to this is, when you've got a match with VAR and a challenge like that, sometimes you never know, a referee might show a red card, and then you're thinking, well, I wouldn't mind VAR all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Because you see the challenge there, it's certainly not unworthy of a red card from Alex Hunt. He did have that worried look, because you know when you go in for challenges like that.
It's a difficult thing to do, but when he takes the heavy touch, the right thing to do is try and get yourself back in and not commit yourself, but he totally commits himself to try and win the ball back, which is the wrong thing to do when you've no chance of winning it.
Keeping that ball in play, that caught Southampton by surprise. McAtee can work this ball out to Emmanuel, and Emmanuel has been penalised. He thought he might just get round Pirro there.
That was a brilliant ball from Hunt there. Fired it right into the feet of the centre forward. Excellent ball, really was.
Well, let's have a look at that challenge again in full speed.
Yeah, it does. It looks worse than full speed. Yeah. You're not wanting him sent off now, are you? Yellow card. But that's it. That's what I was going to say. It's just when you initially give the ball away, he's that keen to wing it back, but it's the wrong thing to do. You've got to try and compose yourself.
A bit like Holohan there, winning that ball well. Afete gets the breakaway from Pirro. Afete cleared away by Chileta Sarr.
It's a shame it wasn't a good ball, Seb. He did really well.
Emmanuel trying to take on Alcaraz there. But now Lavia, who has shown his class in his first half an hour. Orsic trying to squeeze it through to Armstrong. It's cleared away by Waterfall.
Yeah, covered the run of Armstrong, didn't he, Waterfall? He just stood his ground.
Chileta Sarr. Pirro. Lavia has just controlled that midfield so far. Some lovely through balls as well. Grimsby don't really know how to really deal with a player like that necessarily. Armstrong. Southampton being whistled by the away support.
Well, do you know the one thing that's disappointing about Southampton straight away, Seb, I've got to say to you, when they're getting the ball in wider areas and they're moving the Grimsby wide men, Afete here on the right-hand side and Glennon on the left, that's when a front man should be coming out into that space in the wider area, and they're not doing it at all. There's big gaps in behind the Grimsby wide boys to the left of the three and the right of the three, and the forwards should be spinning into that area, and they're not.
Chance here. Walker-Peters, Jeanette post touch. Now Walker-Peters has stayed down here. And the worry for Southampton is that their captain is still down. Never mind whether it's a foul or not, it was just the fact that he's down. There was a shoulder barge from Mar.
I don't think he's too keen in stopping the game, which is a little bit disappointing.
Watch this for a shoulder charge.
Oh. Knows exactly what he's doing there, Ma. Oh, dear me. And the thing I nearly said the beauty of it, that's not the right word. The thing about it is Walker-Peters doesn't see it coming. You know, 9 times out of 10 you see people making challenges. For example, the challenge there in the middle of the park from Hunt, you know, the player can see it coming. That one there you can't see coming and it hits you. Can be painful.
I suppose you wonder about Walker-Peters' body position on something like that, because if his head's a little lower, because if you make contact with the head in any shape or form, that's a different matter.
Yeah. You'll be pleased, Paul Hurst, I would have thought. Your fellow student, you'll be absolutely delighted the way things are going. It's got to be, hasn't it?
I think he was studying sports journalism and took a different path. But Walker-Peters back to his feet. Argument to say Southampton's most valuable player starting tonight. Walker-Peters. Mention I said starting tonight because there'll be people saying James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
Olsic. You can measure value differently in terms of a more senior figure. Try and help guide this side to safety in the Premier League. Walker-Peters. He's only 25, Mike.
I mean, it really is a big ask. I know there's a few of them down there, but dear me, what a dogfight that's going to be, I'll tell you.
It's impossible to call. Free kick to Southampton, though, who are still in the FA Cup.
Just holds the ball up there. Fetty's in the back of Armstrong. Giving him a little tug.
He took that free kick quickly as well, Southampton. Walker-Peters looking for Mara. And Mara. And Mar did well. Stuck to his challenge. Defending aggressively. Lavia. Walker-Peters. Mara holding his man off fairly, according to the referee. Gineppo! Referee has a long think about it. Mar not happy with the way Gineppo went down.
I didn't think so. I really didn't think so. I think he just stands his ground. That might be more of a foul over there. He cuts inside, he's very positive. Right arm's up. Comes across. He does put it across his face right enough. I've got to be honest, I'll probably have a look at it, but...
It's a big arm, that.
Yeah. Just not enough for me.
Now still looking at it, incidentally. VAR Craig Pawson tonight. Experienced Premier League referee.
Certainly held his arm out, Seb, and you run the risk.
I think it's complete, incidentally. I just feel people are hanging on, waiting to hear the word check quickly. Holohan to Orsi now. Emmanuel shouts of handball, but on we go. Emmanuel sending it in. Oh, Clifton! Save from the goalkeeper. What a chance for Grimsby.
Really was.
To probably the man they wanted to fall to.
And I think it takes a good touch. I think it's brilliant goalkeeping, I've got to say, from McCarthy. Comes in, he gets a break there. Oh, it's just slightly heavy, but he probably couldn't have done anything more with it because of the pace that he's going at. He takes a good touch. That comes off his arm, you know. I'll tell you right now, that comes off the ankle's arm. They will have a look at that. But following on, he gets the slightest of touches on it. Very brave goalkeeping. I think they'll give this. What's your guess on this one, Seb?
Now they are checking for handball against Lianco here. Craig Pawson's having several looks, and I get the feeling he's going to recommend for Tom Bramall to get involved again. I think they're checking offside at the moment in the build-up, which is usually an indication that the VAR thinks it's handball. And we wait.
Well, it's whether if Fetty's offside, Lianco's very, very close. That's the decision. But it definitely hits his right arm. Watch this. There you go there. They'll give that. Whether he's offside or not, that's another issue. This is the decision. I think if he's offside, they'll give offside. If he's not, I think they'll give a penalty.
It's just to repeat, at the moment, they are checking for offside in the build-up. That's what we're waiting for. And if it's onside in the build-up, Grimsby may just get a penalty here.
Say they got a penalty here. There'll be fish flying about that behind that goal. There's no tomorrow. They're taking their time with it. They've obviously got to get it right here, Seb. I mean, it's very, we can't see the line, but it's very, very difficult to see. It's so tight, but you look at it, it looks onside there.
It's Emmanuel.
On the lines of the pitch, he looks onside. They're having a great time regardless.
And we wait, and we wait. And of course, the supporters in the stand are seeing a screen that says possible handball. I don't think the handball's in doubt at the moment. It's whether Grimsby are offside in the build-up. And we're hearing that it's onside, so there will be an on-field review for Tom Bramall, the referee. There's the confirmation, and the official is running to the screen now.
Do you know my only problem, Seb? Time. That's my only problem, mate. I know they'll hopefully get the right decision, but it's just the time issue. He's got to give that, hasn't he? He's got to give that. Well, whatever angle you like. Of course it is. It's a penalty, I think, Seb.
Yeah. The most important man in this case, though, is Tom Bramall. He's having a fair few looks at this. Let's see. Well, still we wait.
I mean, it is bordering on ridiculous now, I've got to say. It really is.
Penalty to Grimsby. And that end of the ground goes crazy. But they have to convert it, don't forget. They're at the opposite end, the Grimsby supporters. Now, this will be interesting to see who takes the penalty, because...
Looks like Holohan there.
Yes, Anthony Glennon missed a spot kick at the weekend.
A very
against
important one.
Leighton.
Yeah, it was. Could have won the game at 2 each, wasn't it?
Paul Hurst, hands in pockets. Will he look? There's still some debate here. Maybe some gamesmanship from Southampton. Alcaraz, bit of pushing and shoving with Ma. But what a moment. Hoping, praying. Please, for my team, Grimsby.
That's what it does to you.
Gavin Holohan. Just before half-time. What a chance for the League Two side. The experienced Gavin Holohan. It's Mariners mayhem. There's haddocks everywhere in that stand.
Honestly, I don't think I've ever wanted to be in a stand more than my life. They're in there, they're going crazy. It's fantastic. Confident penalty. It's not in the corner, but with his body movement, he just gives the impression he's going to side-foot it to Alex McCarthy's left, and at the last minute he just comes across it. Doesn't need to be in the corner when you send the goalkeeper the wrong way. Bottom line is, it's in the back of the net.
And against such a young side in Southampton, it's one of Grimsby's older heads who showed so much calmness, so much composure to put away the penalty that has the League Two side leading against Southampton of the Premier League.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. There will be a lot of added time there, I've thought, though, Seb. I don't know exactly what the time was. It was far too much time, incidentally, but can they get an equaliser before half-time?
Well, I tell you what, when that penalty was awarded, they were already doing cartwheels.
They were.
In the opposite end. And then when it was converted, I just wonder how many of those fishes have been punctured in that away end. Are they still full of air back there?
Oh, dear. It's excellent, isn't it? I mean, it's what the Cup's all about, Seb. It really is. It really is what the Cup's all about. It's fantastic. And it now gives them something to hang on to. I mean, they were working hard before Grimsby, but they've just got to concentrate now. They'll just be saying, Paul Hurst will be saying, let's get to half-time. Let's get the lads into the dressing room at half-time, regroup, get a cup of tea, have a chat, and get ready for the second 45. Clearly the opposite for Southampton.
Absolutely. You wonder in the post-match meal Haddock's going to be on the menu, because there might be a shortage. Here's Chaleta Sarr. Just 4 minutes to be added on at the end of the first half. Seems strange. Orsic turning away. I mean, it felt
more than that.
A while.
It did. It actually did. I'll be surprised if that was only 4.
Well, hearing stoppage for VAR was indeed 4 minutes. An extra one, though, surely. Anyway, Southampton pushing for an equaliser before half-time. Perrault got a lot behind that, and Emmanuel got a lot behind that to block it.
Stood his ground, didn't he, Emmanuel? Perrault comes in, just unleashes the left foot, smashes it across the face of the goal, but defended well.
Alcaraz. Orsic. That's blocked by Clifton. There was just enough edge as well before the penalty was taken. Well, good luck trying to score at this end. Southampton will push for it here. Orsic to take the corner. It's a low one, it's a clever one, put it over by Mara. At first I thought it was a poor corner, but it's actually intentional, no?
It's the same one, of course it is. He plays it into that area. He did one earlier on, plays it into that area. Again, Mara's just leaning back. I'm not sure it's a right foot effort. I think he's got to turn his body and smash it with his left foot down towards that far post. Just leaning back, it's a poor effort. No, but the set play is definitely organised and rehearsed. There's no doubt about that, because they did one earlier, play it into that area. I thought Grimsby would have learned it, but now they empty that area, then they arrive late in it to attack it.
Out on by Afete. Lianco trying to be calm there. Just about got away with it. Emmanuel.
Second time he's taking a chance though, Seb, you're right, Lianco.
Well, a bit longer to play in the first half in the end, but understandably, you can hear the boos in St Mary's, followed by the roar of Grimsby Town fans, because would you believe, their side leads at the break. Lianco's handball led to a VAR review and a penalty being awarded and converted by Gavin Holohan. Half-time in the FA Cup, Southampton 0, Grimsby Town 1.
Well, what a game we've got here. For all of the dominance that Southampton showed in the first half with 72% possession, 9 attempts and 2 on target, it came down to this VAR decision. A handball given, a penalty given, and that penalty, Grimsby's only chance in the game so far, put away there by Holohan. Fish going absolutely mad in the stands, Grimsby fans loving it. It's 1-0 to League 2 opposition Grimsby at the home of the Premier League Southampton side. Can't believe it really, can we? We talked about that dominance, we talked about Grimsby's one chance. Why don't we go through it? Because there was a lot going on in this one passage of play, Joby. There was a check for offside, that was ruled onside, which we can see now. And then the next piece that they had to check was the VAR decision to see whether or not it was a handball in Lianco. What did you make of this?
Well, it certainly took a long time to come to what we must say is the right conclusion, certainly from my point of view. Josh Emmanuel does really well down the right-hand side. We spoke about him before the game. Nobody in there puts a really, really good ball into a dangerous area. And again, actually, they should probably score. But you can just see here on the replay, Lianco just gets it all wrong, doesn't he? And he goes to head it and then...
Yeah, I think there's debate there about whether the hand is in a sort of extended position. That's the question, isn't it? That, as you said, there's no one actually in the box, you know, to cross it to, and whether he's had any temptation to put his arm out. But that's a great penalty there from Holohan. I like the disguise he's put on it. Yeah. And not enough players go down the middle. You know, we were talking about it at the break. Really clever penalty because he's disguised it, he's put it down the middle, expecting the keeper to dive. Great goal, great penalty for Grimsby. It
just goes to show, doesn't it? You can have control, or what you feel like is control of the game, and then one little thing happens, like a break like that, and you find yourselves 1-0 down. Saints had a lot of chances. They probably should have put one of these away, Joby.
Yeah, listen, I think overall you have to say they've been by far and away the better team. You know, I think Lavia in midfield's been absolutely fantastic. Orsic, again, really, really instrumental. For me, there comes inside, you can see what he's trying to do, just bend it towards that far post, and to be fair to Efete, they does well just to not give him anything really to aim at, and looks as though the keeper's probably got it covered, but they did create some really good opportunities. It's a lovely move here.
Yeah, great play, little intricate play, and I think Southampton, you've seen the gap between the leagues so far. They have been dominating, you know, a lot of possession. Mara in particular has been really bright. I think he should have put one away in terms of the chances. But this is, you know, this is the FA Cup. This is how, if you don't score when you're on top, a penalty can catch you out. And now Grimsby have something to hold on to going into the second half.
We'll see what happens in the second half and whether or not they're just going to decide to sit back and put everyone behind the ball or not. But do you think Alex Hunt was lucky to stay on the pitch? This is a decision that I think actually divided a few of us in the studio here. Let's have a reminder of the actual incident. Joby, what did you think?
I think the referee's got it spot on just. Look, I think it is a reckless challenge. We see it so often, you know, that touch goes away from you, then it is very, very lungy. I don't think there's enough contact for it to warrant a red. I know Any disagrees with me on this one, though.
Yeah, I think it's a red card. You know, I've seen consistently decisions this season. There's follow-through there. There's two things there, follow-through and the studs are up. He's out of control. He's miscontrolled the ball there. Hunt, he's sort of lunged at it with his studs. I think that's a red card. I think he's lucky to stay on the pitch. And I think Lavia's actually done him a favour by moving out the way. So I think he's lucky there to stay on the pitch.
If you are Saints at the moment, and if you're Sellers in particular, their manager, what is it that you want them to be doing in the second half? Because do you kind of think that everything they've done so far has actually been quite positive and they're just unlucky that nothing's come from it?
Yeah, overall you would have to say so, but it has been, again, a bit of a theme for Southampton in terms of lack of certainly taking opportunities at times this season, and we've seen that come to the fore again in that first half. Overall performance, yes, good, but you can start hearing the crowd, the frustration, and again, if you're Grimsby, it's going absolutely to plan. You want to get that sort of unrest going and really try and work on that in the second half.
Saints have got experience on the bench. Are they going to be using it? For now, it's Grimsby who are 1-0 up. The fans are absolutely loving it. They made the journey down here, 4,000 of them, celebrating in the stands. Did they think they'd be in this position at half-time? They are leading Southampton by 1-0. The second half is coming next. Okay, fifth round action elsewhere this evening. Look, it's been absolutely manic out there. No goals in the other 3 games. However, Fleetwood Town just gone down to 10 men. Keane Hayes getting himself sent off. It's approaching half-time in that game at Turf Moor. Old Trafford, 0-0 against West Ham United. Sheffield United as well holding Spurs to 0-0 at the moment as well. Hopefully the next update will be a little bit more exciting. Elsewhere, we've got the only goal at the moment in all the games tonight, and it fell to Grimsby Town, who have travelled in their numbers. This team here, Southampton, the host tonight here at St Mary's, they've been out first. They've been the ones that have been straight back out there. Their manager saying, get back out. So what will he be saying to his players? Because you've got the experience of the likes of Theo Walcott on the bench, James Ward-Prowse. What do you think?
Just go and start the game and try and get yourselves back in it as quickly as possible, because he will know the longer this goes on at 1-0 to Grimsby, the tougher the rest of the night is going to be. So again, overall performance-wise, I think he'd been happy. It's just about finding that cutting edge and really taking those opportunities when they come.
And if you're Paul Hurst, what is it you would just been saying to your players in the change room?
Well, I think they've scored the penalty at a brilliant time, 5 minutes before half-time, so that momentum, that energy going into half-time would have been good. I think what Grimsby have to do is slow the game down. Lavia's, I think, dominated midfield. The likes of Clifton, slow it down, bring him down, foul him. The longer this game goes on, the longer Grimsby have something to hold on to.
OK, well, Ali McCoist is in commentary alongside Seb Hutchinson, and we can hand over to him now.
84 years since Grimsby reached the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. 1939. They lost to Wolves at Old Trafford. There aren't many around to remember that match. Ali?
Never mind. That was poor. That was poor. Looking at my general direction. And the other thing is, which would be amazing, they could become the first club in history to beat 5 teams from a division above them, or divisions above them, which is remarkable. I think it's never happened before. Yeah. But they've got a long 45 minutes to do that, Seb.
Yes, Plymouth, Cambridge United, Bolton Albion, Luton, all beaten by Grimsby this season in the FA Cup. All sides from leagues above them, but none as high as Southampton, who are trailing here at St Mary's. This will feel like a long second half for Grimsby Town supporters already, although they do seem to be enjoying themselves. For Southampton fans, well, this could go quite quickly. We will see. And I asked you in the first half how a lower-ranked side deals with facing higher quality opponents, but what if you're the higher quality opponent and you're losing?
You've just got to move the ball quicker, absolutely quicker, and you've got to make runs in behind. I said earlier I was disappointed in Southampton. They haven't exploited the gaps to the wider defenders in the back 3. Once the fullback in front of them goes forward, they haven't got getting behind them at all. Armstrong and Mara. That has to change.
Gineppo, he might change things with his skills, and it's deflected wide off Mar.
Could have gone anywhere. Gineppo comes in, there's a wee step over here, which is good quality onto his left foot. Comes back across, and it could have gone anywhere when it goes through Mar's legs, thankfully. For Grimsby, goes by for a corner.
To be taken by Perrault. Can they strike back early in the second half? The home side. Short option is there for Perrault. Thought about it.
Still that front post area is there to attack. There's nobody there at all. There's quite a big gap between that penalty spot, 6-yard box to the front post area. We saw them try and utilise it a couple of times in the first half. Southampton, will they do it again?
Seemingly Grimsby going man for man here. In goes the corner from Perrault, still within the near post, and then Crocombe holds again. Hasn't actually had too many saves to make in this game.
Well, he's not really at all, has he? Let's be honest. There's been a couple of offside decisions. This is comfortable. That's a catch for him more than anything. And as you can imagine, as you said earlier, he will be in, you thought he wasn't in a rush in the first half to get rid of it. He'll be in no rush in the second half, that's for sure.
Let's pick up some tips from the world's best goalkeeper, Martinez. Now Orsie's gone down. Omning is back in pain. Chileta Sarr pleading his innocence in the situation.
Well, I saw it. Chileta Sarr is given a penalty.
Oh, it is a penalty. Tom Bramall, the referee, has pointed to the spot.
Well, he swings his arm, doesn't he? This is what he does there. He smashes him in the back. It's stupidity from the centre-back. Now, whether it's enough to make him go down, I would hazard a guess and say no. However, he has gone down. He's given the referee a decision to make, and he's given a penalty. I don't know what the centre-back's thinking about, Chilita Sa. I do not know what he's thinking about. As you saw there, Seb, he throws his right arm into the back of Horsey. He goes down. Referee's given a penalty.
Well, I almost couldn't believe it when the referee pointed to the spots, but when you see those replays, as you said, Ali, Duye Chileta Sa striking out at Horsey.
Madness.
And another spot kick for Grimsby.
I mean, Ruben Sellers must be sitting there going, what is happening? I mean, that is, you know, when your team's struggling and you need you all to work together, sing for the same hymn sheet, it's unbelievable, it really is. And then your centre-back does something like that, it puts you under unbelievable pressure.
Well, beyond their wildest dreams, beyond his wildest dreams, Paul Hurst, could he believe that his side would have this opportunity early on in the second half? It's Gavin Holohan again from the spot to double Grimsby's advantage.
What does he do? Does he change it, Seb, or does he go the same way? We'll find out in a second.
That's what he's thinking right now. Holohan, which way? The right way, because it's in the back of the net again. Terrific for Grimsby Town. And at the end where their fans are this time, they're having a right old party in that end. The Mariners enjoying the magic of the FA Cup right now.
I mean, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'll just mention again, the stupidity of the centre-back's remarkable. However, Gavin Holohan, that was a brilliant penalty. Went the right way, McCarthy. Too much pace on it, whipped with a bit of pace back across the goalkeeper. He ain't saving that. No chances he's saving that.
A club that's experienced drama in the National League playoffs, but this might just pip it.
Well, there's got to be some activity on the Southampton bench. I mean, I know it's right at the start of the second half. He's got to do something. Does he give him another 5 minutes, see if we can get them going? But I know it's very early in the second half, but dear me, what a disappointment they've been so far.
And there might be a point to make about the referee on that one, to spot what Chileta Sa did. If it was the referee or the assistant, either way, to pick something like that out and make the decision, it wasn't recommended to him. He pointed to the spot, he saw it.
Seb, I'm going to say something to you, and I'd like your opinion on it. Horsey does really well, because I don't think there's enough pressure on the handball to put him down. If he doesn't go down, he doesn't get a penalty. He does go down and he gets a penalty. So we can discuss the rights and wrongs of it, but that's where I'm on it.
The positive for Southampton, if there is one, is that there's lots of time left. Borsic, Perrault, it's desperate defending there, Gineppo. Bodies on the line, that's for sure, from Grimsby.
Well, that's a good challenge there from Glennon, get across for the block.
Gineppo, Walker-Peters, good run off Clifton. Walker-Peters, there's a chance here for Perrault. He struck a ball better than that before.
Yeah, Clifton just gets caught a little, ball watching a little bit. There he goes. Just gets caught, Clifton. You got to stay with your man. He's leaning back, isn't he? Gets it horribly wrong.
Well, let's have a look at that again. They're discussing it. He's holding his shirt for a start.
Yeah. Here we see it. Watch this. He just swings round, catches him in the back. There we go. Bang. There you are. He buys it. There's no getting away from it. There's not enough pressure to put him down, but if he doesn't get down, he doesn't get a penalty. He goes down, gets a penalty. Simple as.
I could say it's ridiculous all round.
It is. It is.
I wasn't going to mention salmon. Stay away from the fish puns. Here's Gineppo. Walker-Peters. Gineppo. Walker-Peters. Looking to create something here. Almost took Martinez by surprise with the cross in the end. And out it goes. And this is how football works. You get this sort of lead, all that joy, but now Grimsby Town supporters will be looking at the clock and see there's a long, long way to go. Gineppo, and a challenge from Glennon. And he wins the throw.
Yeah, he wins the throw, and it was a great challenge from Glennon there. He's been pretty solid for the first hour. A good challenge, that.
So, Ali, I'll ask you the question again, because I asked you after about 5 minutes. Too many changes from Southampton?
Well, right now you've got to say yes, but I've just been really disappointed in them overall so far. You know, there's been no cutting edge to them at all, Seb, really. You know, against a team, you know, from 16th in the second division. You've got to be getting men forward, you've got to be creating space, you've got to have attempts at goal. They haven't been doing that. We mentioned earlier, Crocombe, the goalie, really hasn't done an awful lot to do. So right now you'd say there's been too many changes. But even then, the players you know, haven't competed and have been really poor.
Perrault wasn't the best pass in the world. Glennon thought about heading it back to his goalkeeper. It's Walker-Peters. Gineppo. And off he goes. And he looks towards the referee again. Doesn't get the decision. Groans from the home.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. That is an interesting one. It was outside the box, right enough. But he goes between the two defenders, doesn't he?
He's given us some bright runs so far, though, Gineppo.
Well, he has looked maybe one of the brighter ones of the Saints players.
Chaleta-Sarr. Alcaraz. Orsic. Switch across towards Walker-Peters. Make sure he kept it in at the very least. Glennon forward to Orsi. That might be a familiar pattern for Grimsby in the last 40 minutes or so. And when you're 2-0 down at home, Southampton, you feel like they've got to turn to their bench. But Gineppo for now, trying to help them back into the game.
Here we say plays it in. Yeah, Clifton's leaning on him a little bit, but not enough for a free kick, I don't think. He gets in between it. He's holding his left shoulder. You can see it a little bit, but I'm not sure it's enough to give the free kick.
He's going to come on soon, you would fancy. James Ward-Prowse. Meanwhile, though, Grimsby getting forward. The flag's gone up. And if you're wondering where this sort of situation might rank for Grimsby, well, last time they were in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, 1939. In terms of beating top-tier opposition, they overcame West Ham in 1996 in the Cup, overcame Middlesbrough 1989. In the League Cup, beat Everton in the 84-85 season. Everton were the FA Cup holders at the time, will go on to win the league title and Cup Winners' Cup. But you feel the gap between the top tier and this sort of level, because Grimsby were actually a tier 2 team at that time, has grown in the last 2 decades at the very least.
Yeah, of course it has, spot on. This would be remarkable, absolutely remarkable.
Rosie's going to come on here, but corner to take first. Orsic. Southampton just need one to get them going here. Orsic's corner, Lianco didn't really attack it effectively. Gineppo. Orsic. Now Alcaraz. 2 shots on target so far for Southampton. Perrault. Lavia. Not the best ball in the world. And Grimsby well set here. Maybe to try and break, and Clifton earns the free kick, and every one of those is going to receive a huge roar.
He's got to change it, Seb. There's just a predictability about Southampton just now, which is really poor. There's nothing about them. There's no zest. There's no energy. As I say, very easy to play against, very easy to defend against. No surprises now.
Well, here's James Ward-Prowse, the club captain, the free kick master. And needs, well, they need something from him. Samuel Edoze's come on as well, the youngster, and who only turned 20 a month or so ago. Problem here for Alex Hunt in the midfield. But they haven't made the changes. And Lavia, one of those to go off, which is interesting. And Orsic as well. Interesting that he's taken Lavia off.
Well, frankly, no. You could have taken any of them off. That's where I am at this moment in time. And I mean any of them.
I don't think many Southampton fans would disagree with you there.
As I say, they've just been so easy to play against, Seb. You know, if you're playing against an opposition where you can have a lot of the ball, by all means have a lot of the ball, but you've got to use it and move it quickly.
It doesn't look like Hunt's going to be able to continue here, or I think he wants to, but he's going to be changed anyway. And Bryn Morris, from Burton Albion last summer, the midfielder is going to come on. Did start the game against Luton, incidentally. Now they changed their minds. It does look like that's the case for now. Poor Morris, I think he was just ready in case Hunt.
Just messed my notes there, actually. That's the worst thing.
Also Tipex. Free kick to Southampton, and they wanted to get on with it. And already, every single game management trick in the book, you would fancy Grimsby will be deep into that book at the moment.
And why wouldn't they?
Have already seen a League Two side beat Premier League opposition in this season's FA Cup, with Stevenage overcoming Aston Villa at Villa Park. But at this stage of the competition, it would be huge. Edoze. Ward-Prowse. Must have time to send a cross in there, chose not to. Lianco gets it to Edoze. It's a progressive pass. And Edoze with a step over, but Glennon read it.
Done well again, Glennon, hasn't he? I mean, his job's not complete yet, but he's been pretty solid for an hour. Difficult to get by, gets his challenges in.
Ward-Prowse. First set piece for him. Plays it in, dealt with though again. McAtee got up there for Grimsby. That's a clever pass. And now McAtee can get going. Can he get away from Gineppo? He almost did. Here's Mara.
It's a lovely touch from Mara there. There's also a great run from McAtee. That was poor. Lack of concentration.
There is space here for Grimsby to attack. How brave do they want to be? Emmanuel. That's brave it, to say the least. And time to get the cross in, and McAtee just evaded him there. Appeals from the Grimsby fans for a penalty, another one.
What a ball that was. What a cross from Glennon that was to attack. It's open at the moment, which won't suit Grimsby.
No, certainly not. With the pace in this Southampton side to get forward. Walker-Peters just felt a little shove in his back there from Mark.
Oh, it was clever, really clever. And you called it, you spotted it. Brilliant little shove, just to knock him off balance.
Horsey, heavy touch, and he may have hurt himself in making that challenge as well.
He's tired, but he's got to keep the ball. He's got to keep the ball there, Horsey.
Oh, that's a huge block. There will be some tired bodies already in this Grimsby side. They do have the option of Ryan Taylor, who's had all his injury issues, the veteran. will he play a part? Hoping to see them across the line. Still a long way to go. Half an hour to go. Southampton still just about be patient, but I think that pass from Lianco sums up their evening so far.
Dear me, it really does. It really does. They are going to have to have a better final third than they have. The opening two-thirds, Southampton have got to lift it. They really have.
The 2 goals that Grimsby have scored are the only goals in the FA Cup at the moment tonight. To the second half of Burnley-Fleetwood. Manchester United, West Ham United, 0-0 at half-time. 0-0 Sheffield United, Tottenham. The goals are all Grimsby's. Perrault. Dozy wanting to link up there. Ward-Prowse. Double change coming up for the Saints. Gineppo takes on Emmanuel. Gineppo, oh, that's a mighty challenge from Emmanuel on the cover corner.
They're right, didn't he do well to get back? I thought Gineppo had gotten a half-yard there, which he had. There's maybe a little bit of a tug on him, might have been a free kick, you know, but he does ever so well to get back and get the challenge.
Only signed in January, but just in time for what could be a big night for Grimsby. Ward-Prowse. Oh, it's free at the back post. Must score. Do score. Chaleta Sarr. Some redemption for him. Just some, but they're back in the game, the Saints.
Well, it's shocking, isn't it? I mean, really. And I'm not talking about from Southampton's point of view, but how you can get that much space. The ball's in the air for ages. He just loses his marker. He disappears to the back post. Chaleta Sarr, nobody goes with him, and he side foots it into the net. Slightly makes amends for giving away the penalty. It now makes it a very, very long 25 minutes or so for Grimsby. Listen, Southampton weren't caring, say, how they get back into the game. But from Grimsby's point of view, dear me, it's really, really shocking defensively. He just drops to the back post, nobody goes with him. And the ball's in the air, the corner's in the air a long time. But he finishes it well and game on.
I think Paul Hurst was desperate to get Ryan Taylor on there, even just to help in defending that corner, the striker. Something for Southampton now, more than something. Free kick. Waterfall going down easily there.
Now, I thought you and I shook hands and agreed there was going to be no waterfall jokes.
Yeah. Never go chasing waterfall jokes. So Southampton, double change.
Front two have been poor. Front two have been poor tonight. They really have. Got to say, Mara and Armstrong been disappointing. There's a Rebo, player I know well.
Yeah, the former Rangers man who probably hasn't got as much game time as he would have hoped recently, to say the least. And Theo Walcott. We can now start to call him a veteran.
Yeah.
A slight change in shape perhaps, we'll see, but Southampton now just a 1 goal behind. Here's Gineppo. Holohan fighting to keep that in play.
Just looking at the shape there. Walcott looks as though he's taking up a centre forward position. Going to 4-2-3-1, I would have thought. Looks that way, Maribo playing in a number 10 role there.
Glenn. Clifton. Lianco. Cross there. Fair to say some redemption for Chaleta Sarr.
Yeah, some. Still a bit to go yet, though.
It won't mean much if they do lose this game. Harry Clifton being serenaded by the Grimsby fans. One of their own, that's for sure. Mark tossing it in. Oh, goalkeeper didn't seem confident. Shot struck by Clifton. Would be a bigger roar from the away end. He was to score. Now Walcott chasing this. And Holohan felt Walcott on his shoulder. Fair. In goes Waterfall.
Did well. Did well in the cover, didn't he, Waterfall? Did really well.
Ward-Prowse. Walker-Peters, Aribo. And Aribo just to clear that one away. Get it back in again here, Southampton. Ward-Prowse. Walker-Peters. Checking back, plenty to aim for, and fired in a bit too close to Walcott.
Now, then Brighter, as you would expect, the substitutes have made a difference. Walker-Peters takes a lovely touch there. I thought he was going to lay it back to Aribo, comes back onto him. Tries to fire it into Walcott, deflected for the corner.
Ward-Prowse. And the whistle's gone, as Gineppo was lining that one up. And we have to remember, of course, who took the corner for Southampton. James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
Led to their route back into the game.
So, free kick there, the ankle and Waterfall.
Challenge. Lianco tried to win that ball. Waterfall's no angel himself, though. Free kick to break the silence.
You've actually stunned me with that one. I might not recover from that.
This is a no laughing matter scoreline for Southampton.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You feel like the tide has turned. Perro. Oh, Walcott just bounced up, couldn't get it under control. Let us up. Gineppo. Gineppo. There's one man who's shown urgency. It's him. And Lianco, that was ambitious. Don't look at the clock if you're a Grimsby Town fan. Southampton fans be buoyed by the time left. And they are pushing here. Walker-Peters. Oh, he almost found his mark in Walcott. Head in hands was after us as well.
Yeah, did well there. Waterfall, good block. Walcott coming in behind them.
Another corner for Ward-Prowse. And they come up with another assist. And it goes. It's the way he strikes them. Well, there's a danger, every opportunity. Edozie. Ward-Prowse clips that one to the back post. And it's wide.
Just in front of Aribo, wasn't it? What a chance. But the difference, Ward-Prowse is just bringing quality into the game with his deliveries, whether it's from a set play there, but he gets his foot round this one. This lovely ball. Hangs it up at the back post. Lianco comes in. The outstretched leg of Aribo, but they've been far brighter with the substitutions, there's no doubt about that, but it had to be. But they've still got to find another goal from somewhere.
Well, you know the impacts that Joe Aribo had when he was at Rangers.
I'm a little bit
more would happen for
Yeah, I did say, I'm glad you asked me that. I expected a little bit more from Joe Aribo down here. I know he hasn't been a regular starter, which has surprised me to a degree.
Well, double change for Grimsby, and off goes Harry Clifton, and as well as that, Hunt. Bryn Morris does eventually come on, and the other man to come on here, Otis Khan, who has really stood out for the Mariners this season. Southampton Orient man.
Working, Josh, working.
Frustrated Southampton voices still, and Grimsby, so much time still left here, but don't forget that they lead, and McAtee with time and space. McAtee comfortable for McCarthy.
No, he's quite right. Gets his half yard, gets his shot away. Nothing flashy about it again, just a long ball from the goalkeeper, flick on, and they're in behind.
Looking to combine with a Rebo, shot from Walcott. Now there's appeals from the Southampton players. Did seem at real close range when it hit the arm, though. I feel it'd be pretty unfair indeed. Did strike Waterfall's arm at first glance. Surely we're not going to have another penalty in this game.
You'd rule nothing out, would you?
I don't think they're going to be mending. The referee has a look at that one. Edozie. Aribo. Edozie. Extra energy from the bench from Southampton. That must be a free kick. It is.
Oh, he leans on him, doesn't he? He's got away with one or two. Edozie takes a touch. No, he leans on him, gives him a shove, doesn't he, Morris? His left arm. There you are, there's no chance you're giving a penalty for that. No distance at all, no gap at all.
And deflected off his body as well.
Yeah.
I mean, Ruben Sellers is right, he did hit his arm, but,
yeah,
you know.
it's too near.
So James Ward-Prowse, here he goes again.
I can guarantee he'll put this in an area.
Ward-Prowse. The shape on those deliveries.
He really is. Gets his foot right round it. Good defensive header again, Emmanuel.
Digging deep here, Grimsby. Got up from Holohan, Gineppo. And you can see why Sellers has kept Gineppo out there. He's been all action.
He has been, he's been the only one. As I said, it's been a real disappointment, but Gineppo's kept going. He's been a livelier one of his team.
Walker-Peters outside of the boots. Taylor shielding it well. Now McAtee will chase this. An awkward one to defend. An awkward one indeed. McAtee's away to maybe finish this for Grimsby. And his touch just letting him down in the end. What a moment in this game.
I don't know what Pirro's thinking about. I've absolutely no idea what he's thinking about. The flip side of that coin, McAtee's got to get a shot. He must get a shot away. I don't know what he's doing trying to take a touch there. You cannot take a touch there. That's madness. But you've got to get a shot away. That's the touch. His touch is too heavy. He's concentrating too much on the defender coming back at him. Just take it on your left-hand side, away from the defender and get a shot at goal. You've got to get a shot at goal on an opportunity like that.
Wow. All that time, but he's won it back here, McAtee. Needs to get that out of his mind. That's brilliantly done by Walcott. They do have numbers back here, Grimsby Town. Needs some support, Theo Walcott. Ward-Prowse. Out it goes to Walker-Peters. And Aribo lining that up, but over the top.
Yeah, he's got to be doing better from there. What a chance that was. Incredible chance. And McAtee does well because he gambles initially. We've seen the Rebo effort, which is high wide and not so handsome. But getting back to the chance, he does well because he knows he just gambles on Perrault taking a touch and a poor one. And he's away from him, but he's just thinking, is the defender getting back at me? Open up, take it away from the defender and get a strike with your left foot, take your chances.
Might get another chance, you know. This game is going to get very open, certainly for Grimsby on the counter. Udozie. Well, it's not been a backs against the wall game for Grimsby Town, in all honesty.
No, they've had a goal when they've had the opportunity. They've got men forward, Seb.
So Ward-Prowse, clever free kick through to Walcott to set himself and equalise. The substitutes doing the business for Southampton.
Razor sharp. That's just two players in the same wavelength. That's all that is, Seb. Walcott is looking at Ward-Prowse all the way. We'll see it again. Watch it. He's just looking, and he goes. There he goes. Oh, he might just have gone too early, you know. Seb, I think he's gone a split second too early, and I've got to say, you know, I feel for the forward because it's razor sharp play, and he's playing just on the line. They're going to have a look. They've got to have a look at that. Takes the touch, which he has to do because his momentum's taking him towards a goal. Finishes it well.
Now, those in the stadium aren't aware that they're checking this for offside, and now they know.
Wait to see us end up our left-hand side. There'll be fish flying about everywhere against him.
He does look offside from that angle, Theo Walcott.
Just. It's incredible, it really is.
Well, they are hoping that they hear the message that Theo Walcott's offside.
But it's just brilliant play. I mean, we could talk about the movement. Does he go a split second early? Split second early.
Wait for this. The news is going to come through. Because this goal's not going to count. Offside. It's still 2-1 to Grimsby. And they are going, maybe not that section, but there is a part of the Grimsby crowd run over towards the Southampton fans to make that point. And the silver foil, well, foil's always silver, isn't it, Ali? But the foil FA Cup and the silver haddocks.
The silver haddocks, things you didn't think you'd be seeing on an FA Cup day. Yeah, I've got to say, he's unfortunate there, Walcott, Sam. He really is, because it's good forward play. Razor sharp thinking. Two quick minds, obviously the ball. He's looking at Ward-Prowse, away he goes. And he probably just goes a split second too early, or does Ward-Prowse play the ball a split second too late? You can make your own mind up. But it was a fraction offside.
Well, sometimes these sort of situations, when you have this sort of drama, you miss the fact that substitutions have been made, but Grimsby have made a change of their own. Evan Corrie is on, the 20-year-old midfielder. West Ham youth team players come on into that midfield, and it's McAtee who's gone off. He'll still be sweating over that chance that he missed. But then again, Southampton, unfortunate there with Walcott. And imagine if this had been at Blundell Park, that would have counted.
Absolutely.
I mean, Grimsby might have been 2-0 down in this game.
It's a great point, it really is.
Oh, and Khan lent on his man, and a strong challenge going in there again. We're into the last 10 minutes here.
playing free kick there. Adozi's foul by Kant.
And lost in all of that as well, just to tell you, West Ham United are leading at Old Trafford. Said Benrahma with the goal for the Hammers against the in-form and League Cup winners, Manchester United.
I'm not sure, you might tell me, I'm not sure Davy Moyes has won at Old Trafford as a manager.
I don't think he has.
Yeah.
I don't think he has.
Still a good bit to go in that game, I would imagine.
Hasn't had much success away to one of the, inverted commas, big sides. Ward-Prowse, who has certainly made an impact for Southampton in this second half. Corey going in there. To link nicely of him being an ex-West Ham youth team player, Corey, into that scoreline. But there's a lot going on in this game. Southampton thought they were level. Goal disallowed for offside for Theo Walcott.
Again there, I was just going to say again there, Glennon, terrific. He's been terrific, that fella on the left-hand side. He really has. Really solid game. But still got a bit to do.
Gineppo. Gineppo again. Afete to break forward for Grimsby Town. Khan, nicely done from Khan. Taylor up with him. It's not the best ball back from Taylor.
No, he's got to take it in. Taylor's got to take it in there, Seb. The ball's played into him, and I know he makes a run. It's a give and go, but he has to take it in.
Morris. Well, that'll be a throw into Southampton. But this is starting to get towards the time in the game where Grimsby will have to dig deep and look to try and eat those seconds away.
Well, I think we're well into that. I think we're well into that, Seb.
Well, this is an interesting moment because Don Ballard, the teenager who a lot of is thought of at Southampton, who recently signed a contract with the club, born in April 2005, and on the pitch now for Southampton to try and help them find an equaliser late on, which if they do would only force extra time, although extra time for Grimsby Town will get through that.
I can tell you right now, Sam, Southampton would absolutely bite your hand off for that right now.
Well, Ruben Celis speaking to Belapocha, the centre-back. I don't think he's going to turn to him. Ward-Prowse. Lianco. Edozie. Chileta, whose goal made it 2-1 in the game. And Walker-Peters grappling with Glennon. Goal kick. I think they were both doing a bit of it.
Absolutely. I think Walker-Peters gives him a little bit of a nudge as well. There. Yeah. Not a lot in it. I think the referee's just about to get that one right, Seb. Cocom will be in. If he wasn't, as I said, if he wasn't in a rush before, he could add another 10-15 seconds on to every goal kick, minimum.
Well, I've never seen so much inflatable fish in my life. It's an industry in itself in Grimsby.
I'll tell you what, if the results stays the same, it'll be a roaring trade.
The town is big on renewable energy recently, just to add not to name any companies or anything. Ward-Prowse. Aribo. Edozie. Little drop of the shoulder, well read by Corey. But one back by Southampton. Still feel they haven't created enough tonight. Chaleta-Sarr. Edozie. Walker-Peters. Edozie. Can he dig the cross out? Walker-Peters. Oh, and that's still rising from Chaleta-Sarr.
Yeah, it's not good, but neither's a pass to him. I'm not sticking up for him because he should do better. But Walker-Peters, just give him it so he can hit it first time. I think it's too hard, that. I do. I think you could roll it a little bit slow and he could hit it, but the finish is shocking. No getting away from that.
Well, look, I'm not going to say anything about this, Ali, but...
How can a goalkeeper get cramp? Is that what you're going to say? I'll say it for you then. Right. Why don't I just say it for you?
Not suggesting anything fishy's going on, but I don't need to suggest it because it's there in plain view. Literally fish everywhere.
Yep.
And they're so close. And that sums up the Southampton mood.
St Mary's is the place for it tonight.
So Crocombe back to his feet. Wait to hear the added time, and it will be, we're hearing 6 minutes, but here's Khan, and still Khan, and his eyes lit up there.
Well, he was positive, wasn't he?
There's a groan from the Grimsby fans when they saw 6 minutes. This feels a bit flat though in St Mary's from the home fans, understandably you would say.
Absolutely, you can't blame them. I've got to be honest, I haven't heard the team booed onto the park at the second half for a long, long time. But it's very difficult to disagree with the Saints fans at this moment in time. And that 6 minutes will be an eternity for Grimsby, and it'll be a flash for Southampton, because that's how it works.
Well, we know that Southampton have bigger fish to fry in the Premier League in avoiding relegation. They got Leicester City next, and that's a massive game in itself. So you feel like we need to focus more on what could be a huge night for Grimsby. But still, lots of time to play, really. Walker-Peters! Oh, just wide.
Just curled the other way, didn't it? It was excellent. They got an overload down the right-hand side here. There's the overload. It's a great run inside from Edozie, and that takes Mar away, but he comes back in, and it just curls the opposite way onto his left foot. Hits it well. Yeah, just the wrong side. He comes inside Glennon. They got the overload, as I said there, and that was a chance.
Is that the same leg as before?
I'm not sure.
Surprised he didn't mix it up, actually, with the other one. But he has the right to do it.
Can we blame him? I mean, it's not ideal, I get it, but...
Well, I've already seen New Zealand come up with something miraculous in the sporting world this week. One-run win in a test match against England.
Only the second time it's ever happened.
Exactly. But I think we've seen goalkeepers do that before from Crocombe.
Yeah.
And Paulhurst, so close. It's bigger than a master's degree from Staffordshire University, that. They'll pull this off with 4 minutes to go.
Good challenge, it really was.
Corey
A
with
lovely flick from Edozie, and Walker-Peters thought he was away.
Edozie. Has it. 3 more minutes to play. A huge 3 minutes in the history of Grimsby Town, let's be honest. Lianco. And Corey has it. Once the free kick gets it, and I'll give this opportunity to ask you, Ali, for your player of the match.
Well, I'll tell you what I can guarantee you, it's in a blue jersey. That is absolutely for sure. And there's been a few stars, there really has. Waterfall's been excellent. Fetty's been excellent. There's not been a failure in that Grimsby team, but I've got to give it to Gavin Holohan. Converted the 2 penalties at this moment in time. That looked to produce a major shock in the FA Cup, a major shock.
And they have got 2 minutes. Just over for Paul Hurst.
Again,
had an amazing 5-4 victory over Wrexham in the National League playoffs. One of the games of the last decade, it has to be said.
Wasn't it just? I remember it well.
But you would think this will feel bigger. A place in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Southampton running out of time. But that's lost. And maybe a crucial moment. Walcott. Walker-Peters. Adozie. 5 waiting for the cross. Still Adozie. Going across there, Perrault. It's all very tight for Southampton, and it's not going in the penalty area. Ward-Prowse.
Just no width, they've got to get it wide. That's it.
Aribo. Wide it does go. Ballard. Low, but not cleared very far. The angle's tight. And Crocombe has the ball. And he's so clever there, the goalkeeper. How smart is that? Southampton didn't notice.
Just can't get it under, can he? Knocks it into an area, deflected a little bit. That might be a corner, you know.
Oh, I think it was out.
I think that looked a corner to me, Seb.
But then you just see Crocombe, he didn't get both hands on the ball, he waited.
Yeah.
He waited. 1 minute.
He's in here.
Well, that's awkward for Lianco. Khan, will it fall to him? Khan! Just cleared away by Ward-Prowse. It's at the wrong end, though, for the Saints. And Ward-Prowse gets it forward.
It's a poor touch there from Curry. It's a poor touch. He could have...
It was a nice turn from Ballard, and they just hacked away there. Actually, they could have kept the ball, Grimsby. The whistles ring around St Mary's, and they're all from the Grimsby fans. We have played the 6 minutes. A look towards the referee. One last chance for Southampton. Crocombe watches it go out. Does it go out? It goes out.
I think that's got to be it, Seb. What an upset, what a shock, what a day for Grimsby, what a day for those guys in there. Remarkable.
Quite extraordinary what football can produce, we know that. For Paul Hurst, awaiting the referee's whistle. Will it come from this goal kick? They will hope so. Win your first ball from it.
That's it.
Grimsby Town with the Titanic toppling of the top tier. The spot kicks did the business for the Mariners. A historic quarter-final awaits. Southampton were sorry. And you have to say, in many respects, well beaten tonight, Ali McCoist.
Oh, listen, it's all about Grimsby. We need to talk about Southampton another day, because they've been really poor. Bordering on shocking, particularly the first hour or so. The substitutions made a little bit of a difference there, but come on. What a night for Grimsby. What a night for that 4,000 travelling support. Absolutely. It's magic to be here. It really is. I didn't give them a chance. I'll be honest with you, I couldn't see any way they would get a result. Although we did say before the game, it was a game that Southampton needed like a hole in the head. But unfortunately, they played it that way. But Grimsby, they walked their socks off. They got a couple of penalties. They earned a little bit of luck. What a night for them. One of the greatest nights in their history, I'll tell you.
Sensational for Grimsby Town. And we'll have all the reaction and analysis after the break. But the final score is Southampton 1, Grimsby 2.
Well, it is official. Grimsby awarded this penalty, which contributed to a win. The crowd went absolutely mad. They are through to the quarter-finals for the first time since 1939. An incredibly eventful game. 2 penalties, first half, second half. Southampton attempted a fight back, but it wasn't enough. The Mariners managed to hold on. They are 16th in League Two. Paul Hurst, the man there, has guided them through wins against Plymouth, Cambridge United, Burton Albion, Luton, and now Premier League side Southampton. What a moment for Paul Hurst. Let's hear from him now. He is speaking with Becky Ives.
Paul, massive congratulations. The emotions that are going on right now, how do you feel?
Relieved for that final whistle. Just delighted for the players. What an effort from them. We know that we'd have a lot of time without the ball, but I thought we, kept disciplined. Really frustrated with the goal we conceded, because we said if they're going to cut us open with a good play or something like that, but a set play, and then when the one they scored as well. Thankfully, first experience of VAR. Thankfully, it's been a good one for us. And then that support at the end. What that means to them, because you turn up and you're kind of hoping for a miracle. That's what it feels like almost. And to be in quarter-final of the FA Cup is an unbelievable achievement.
I feel like the fans are going to be celebrating this for a long time. We're down the tunnel and can still hear them from here.
I think there's a few people that have maybe had a day off work and school. I think they might be entitled to the rest of the week off, would be my ask of their employees or head teachers.
Absolutely. But just an immense game. You've beaten higher league opposition in every round of the FA Cup that you've played. You say you hope for a miracle. When do you start to believe?
No, I'm not going to believe anything. I know who's left in the competition. Well, a lot of them, and it probably just gets worse, isn't it? But no, just fantastic day. We've gone down in the history books now. Said I kind of was mentioned to me prior to the game. I'd seen it in the afternoon, just a sort of a bit of history for us. This group of players and the people that have been here tonight. Yeah, a very special day.
Any thoughts on the draw? Anyone you'd like?
I don't know. I need to get my breath back. I've had a banging headache all day for some reason. Surprisingly, that hadn't gone with the noise from turning up. Said it felt like we were turning up to a party, not a football match initially, but yeah, we enjoyed that experience.
Paul, congratulations, well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
He is not the only one that's enjoyed that experience. I think Ali McCoy's has gone to grab those guys, get the inflatable fishes and go out for a night out with them. This is a really special moment in Grimsby's history. We spoke before the match about a possible shock and whether or not it would be on the cards or not. Penalty in the first half, penalty in the second. We want to show you this incident that actually led to it. Because, look, you know that VAR is in this game. And perhaps this is a silly moment for Kaleta. He reacts, he spins round and there's a hand in the back. What did you think of this one?
Yeah, listen, it's a real silly decision from Kaleta. I'm not for a minute saying there's enough contact for Orsi to go down like that. I think he's got an Oscar coming. But once the decision was made, it's a brilliant penalty from Holohan. Having scored one already, that is so difficult to go and compose yourself and stick it away. But they were on the right side of some decisions today, but I'm a big believer in earning that luck, and they certainly did that tonight.
Annie, you forced the referee to make a decision by doing that, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, it looks really soft. I mean, I think Orsi there, 10 out of 10 for play acting, he's really sort of made more of it.
But he's given the referee an opportunity to make that decision.
I'm baffled as to why he's holding him in the first place, because he's ahead of the ball. He doesn't need to be sort of in a tussle with him, but to sort of, you know, swing his arm like that, you are asking for the ref, but Orsi's made more of that to get the pen. But look, they've won the FA Cup tie. They won't mind too much about it.
Credit to Holohan as well for 2 penalties in one game and something that means so much. We're going to get lots more reaction. I imagine we're going to see lots more of these shots as well, of these fans that travelled here today. What a night for Grimsby Town and that fan base. They've made it through to the quarter-finals of the FA Cup. They've beaten Southampton in Southampton's own backyard, and we'll get more of this reaction next. Stay with us. The man of the moment for the Mariners, that man there, Gavin Holohan, with 2 penalties in this game to send Southampton crashing out the FA Cup and compounding their misery at the moment. His first down the middle, his second to the keeper's right. He had a man of the match performance, and he's speaking with Becky Ives.
Gavin, congratulations. Is this what dreams are made of?
Absolutely, yeah. I was just saying, like, for players playing at our level, you can only dream of days like this. And the fans that we brought today on a Wednesday night is just unbelievable turnout. So I'm glad for them and all the players and the staff and everyone involved with the club.
Just how hard did you have to work that last 25 minutes?
Unbelievably. Look, there was VAR in the FA Cup where we might have been in a bit of trouble. So, yeah, look, we had to ride our luck a bit, but we knew that was going to be the case. And but to a man, I think even the ones that came off the bench just put in an unbelievable shift, and I'm just happy for everyone.
When you thought about this game last night, did you dream about scoring a brace?
Probably not a brace. I fancy myself for one, like I always do in a game, but maybe not a brace and maybe not two penalties, definitely. But yeah, it's just a special night where definitely one you dream of.
Do you plan where you pick you're going to put your penalties before the game? And if so, how many penalties do you plan?
Yeah, I suppose you never plan to take 2 because it's very rare that happens. But I actually practiced a few in training this morning, so lucky that I did, and yeah, and it's paid off.
On your 50th appearance for this club in front of these fans, did you not realise that?
I didn't realise that. No, brilliant. Yeah.
But is that just a milestone? You're just super proud of everything that's happened tonight and doing it for the fans as well that have travelled so far.
Absolutely. I'm just like that's proud for me. I'm proud of that and proud to play for this club. It's a family club. Everyone's in it together. The fan base, and it means everything to the community of Grimsby. So we're just glad we could give back tonight.
Well, hopefully this tops up your night. You are the Emirates Player of the Match. Congratulations.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
OK, let's have a little look then at the results before we get some reaction to that, because earlier on it was quite quiet. It's all kicking off now. Burnley is 1-0. That was 10-man Fleetwood Town. That is a result, so Burnley are through. That's Connor Roberts with a 90th minute goal. You can see as well, just go a bit below, Manchester United against West Ham United. That's the latest. Got about a minute to go until it goes to extra time. Sheffield United have just scored against Tottenham Hotspur. They've got about 10 minutes still to play in that game as well. So you can see your quarterfinals from the first 2. Grimsby Town through, Burnley through. We'll let you know about those other results if we get them. Wow, OK, Grimsby Town. This was a huge moment for them tonight. So this is the first time someone's knocked out 5 teams from leagues above them in one FA Cup campaign. It's amazing.
Absolutely, and I think it's about time they did get their credit. I think they've probably gone under the radar a little bit. We've seen Wrexham's exploit earlier on in the competition, and to do what they have done up to this point and then top it off with this, it's brilliant that they're getting their time to shine.
Credit to the manager. Wow.
Credit to the manager, credit to the players. I mean, even before this game, it was 27 years before they got to this point. They were the lowest ranked team in the competition. It was all about enjoying it, using the fans away from home. Absolutely brilliant to get to the quarterfinal. Another upset. FA Cup is the gift that keeps on giving. And now they get to go again in the quarterfinals. Thank you so much for your company. It's been an absolute pleasure watching this one. Thanks for watching on with us as well. There is lots of sport coming your way on ITV. On Friday, we're going to bring our coverage of the UK Open. It's 3 days of darts, live from Butland's Minehead, and coverage starts at 11:45 on ITV4. And on Saturday, Ed Chamberlain and the team present live racing from Kelso, including the feature race, the Moor Battle Hurdle. And that is 1 o'clock on ITV1. And on Sunday, we have live Gallagher Premiership Rugby, Sale Sharks against Saracens, ITV1 from 2:30. OK, well, it is official. Grimsby Town are through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup for the first time in 84 years by putting Southampton in their place. Congratulations to the Mariners and, of course, to Harry Haddock, who we had to have in here. And we'll see you again next time.